Welcome to another video from Frank's Adventures. Today I will be counting down the mistakes from the first 8 Diary of a Wimpy Kid books. So let's start off with Diary of a Wimpy Kid Cabin Fever. That would be weird. Obviously, let's start off with the first one, Diary of a Wimpy Kid. So our first mistake of today is on page 17. Greg says in his diary that he wakes up at 6 a.m. in the morning, but on his alarm clock on his bedtime table, it says 8 a.m. in the morning. Now for Roderick rules. On page 115, the picture doesn't have any lines. This mistake will be found in the last straw. Carney's last straw. On page 23, in the last straw, Greg is watching TV and eating cereal. The cereal box is open with the wide flaps facing up. But then, on page 24, the wide flaps are down and the little flaps are up. Dog days are over. The next book is Diary of a Wimpy Kid Dog Days. On page 168, after Rolly Jefferson had a nightmare, Mr. and Mrs. Jefferson come into the room. If you look closely at Mrs. Jefferson's nightwear, then you can see that she has 4 buttons. But then, on the next page, 169, if you look closely, Mrs. Jefferson's nightwear has 5 buttons. Now for cabin fever. On page 70, Greg wants to earn some money by clearing people's driveways from the snow. He says he starts off straight at Prentice Lane. But then on page 72, he says that he has left Prentice Street. The ugly truth now. I should say lie. Or maybe let's just stick with truth. On page 108, there is a picture of 4 girls. The girl on the very left, if you look closely, is wearing white shoes. But then on page 109, on the last picture, that is the same girl, but she is wearing black shoes. The third wheel coming up next. On page 90, Frank is holding a shape in his hand. It is a rectangle with a little round triangle on the end. But then, on page 91, the shape has changed. It's a lot bigger, and in the triangle, in the rectangle, there's a triangle, so it looks like an envelope. Hard luck. Greg's been playing pool recently. On page 111, Frank is making a raspberry sound behind Sweetie, so Sweetie will sniff his rear end for the next 5 minutes. If you look closely, then next to Sweetie's bed, there is his toy, Ellie. But then, on page 129, when Greg is thinking of that incident, then there is no Ellie next to Sweetie's bed. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked these mistakes and that you can share them with your friends. But goodbye, I'll see you in the next video.